boys and girls, we have finished our place value unit within 300. Today we are going to look at place value within 1,000. So that means we're going to have numbers that go up to, from 0 all the way up to 1,000. And we're going to work with 3-digit numbers. So most of our 3-digit numbers will go up past 300 that we worked in and be 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, or 900. And so real quick, let's review what we've learned. So we know I have my hundreds, tens, and my ones places. I know that when I have a 1, the value of 1 is 1. And I have a 10, the value of this 10 is 10 because it takes 10 pieces to make 1 10. And then when I have 100, my value of 100 piece is 100 because I have 100 ones that make up this piece. Well, today we're going to use our pieces to build, and we're also going to be drawing to show and represent a number today. That means I'm going to build a number first, and then I'm going to draw it and tell the value of each place. So Miss Wilmoth has a number today. I am going to build the number 538. And so in my notebook, I have already set up my notebook to do my composing work so that I have my notes, and then at the bottom I have my composing work. So your notes are going to be what you take from watching this video with Miss Wilmoth. It's going to be your learning on what you're doing today, and a review of what you know about place value will be your notes. So if I have the number 538, I know that I have 500s, so I would build 500s. So I have 1, then I have 2, 3, 4, 500s. So I have 500. So in my notebook, I would write, let's see if I can get all of this together so you can see it all. So in my notebook, I would write that I have, let's focus real quick. I know that I have 500. So I would draw, so if I built this, I know I have 500s. So I would draw 500s. And remember, when I'm drawing hundreds, I draw a square to represent, because the square looks like the hundreds. Now, I don't have to fill in any of the little pieces. I just draw a square and know that represents 100. So I know if I have 500s here, I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So the value of these 500s is 500. Well, then I'm going to look in my tens place of my number 538, and I see that I have 3 10s. So I have 1, 2, 3 10s. And I know that with having 3 10s, I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 10s. I know that these lines represent a 10, and that each one of these is worth 10. They're each worth 10. So I have 10, 20, 30. So my value of these 3 10s that I have built with my base 10 is 30. Then I'm going to look in my ones place. And I see that in my ones place I have an 8. So I have 8 1s. So let me count out and show you 8 1s. So I have 1, drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of us may have lost a 1s, and so you know what we're going to do? Since I only have 7 and don't have an extra, we're going to change this number real quick. We're going to change this to a 7. So I have 7 1s. So I know that with these 7 1s, I'm going to draw them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, when we draw 1s, we draw those as dots, remember, because if I try and draw this square to show a square, I know that a square 1 would look a lot like my square 100, and I don't want to mix up the 2 places, so I draw that dot to represent my 1s place. So I know that I have 7 1s, and the value of 1 1 is 1, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is my value. So that's what we're doing today. Today we're just reviewing that when I have base 10 blocks, that when I have 100, I don't just have 1. The value of 1 is 100. When I have 110, the value of 110 is 10, and the value of 1 is 1. So you need to do just like this one with it and set up your notes. Make sure you took notes during this video. If not, you might want to go back and watch it again and have notes so that when you go to do your composing work, that you have notes to look back to help you and that you don't get stuck. Remember that if you get stuck, you can always ask a friend to help you coach you through it. Or you can put up your puzzle piece or your name on the board if you need help for Miss Wilmoth to know that you are stuck. Make sure to do all of your composing work before you move on to your exit ticket. Alright, I can't wait to see how awesome you all do at Place Value today.